Okay, it's 6:03, so let's go ahead and get started. Um, Welcome to the 6 p.m. Soul Center Recovery Dharma. Okay, so what I'm going to share now is a lot for my benefit, but it just shows how I deal with how not how I deal, how I skillfully, to the best of my ability, work with emotions. So I came in and I started work in jail today, and I love working there, but there's a job I was going for, and now it's up in the air. It looked like it was open, but it's up in the air because we don't know how it's funded by the federal government, and we don't know how that funding's going to fall. So I felt a deep sense of disappointment, right? This time I skipped the anger. I could have got all angry about it, but I just was disappointed. And I carried that with me a lot today. And there's a story I'm working on that I want to get published soon. And that story is a hard story to write, so that just added to the disappointment. So I, I recognized that I was feeling this particular kind of sadness, and it was affecting how I was involved with the day to day world. And I wanted to get past it, so I talked to my wife, and I don't always do that. A lot of times I'm one of those like, oh, I'll deal with this, I'll meditate, I'll do something. But I just said everything that was bothering me, and I felt better. And the writing, it was turning to a brighter spot because it ends on a very bright spot, but it goes through a lot of darkness before it gets there. And that's intentional. It's what I'm doing with the story. So I got to get to that, and I feel much better. But I just wanted to share that just in case you're wondering why, my energy might be just a little bit different today. So I'm grateful to be here right now with you all, my teachers. And I'm still in the world of last week, which was right action. And I think of right speech too, and I can easily say something on that also. But right action, I immediately began to think of something that I think of a lot because I like the sound of the word ahimsa. Ahimsa. It's the concept of not doing any harm. And a long time ago, ahimsa, I would equate that word with pacifism. And realize that in my practice, my spiritual practices, I do not want to be a pacifist. I want to examine what it means to do least harm. Because for me, other people, pacifism may be perfect, but for me it meant I did nothing. I had the ultimate blank check on ethics. I could not take a stand. I could just weasel out of things. I could not say what I believe or stand up for what I believe. And that's when I realized that the great teachers that I've seen recently, with all their wonderful flaws, but the Martin Luther King Jr.'s and the Gandhis of the world, were not pacifist. They were non-violent resistors. Their hope was to do no harm, ahimsa, while also aggressively, not aggressive like in causing harm, but they wanted to get their point across and would go to any means short of being unethical to do that. Even to the point where they got hurt themselves. I'm like, wow, that to me, so I did not want to get trapped in the pacifist, or to me, I equate the words, they're not the same, but I did. Ahimsa, I wanted to think of skillful ways that I can be the best person I can do in this world, stating my reality and what I think is true at any given time. And I'm learning to do that. There are ways of stating my opinion without stomping on someone's head. There are ways of resisting things without causing harm. I choose not to buy from certain businesses and choose not to buy certain products. And that way I practice ahimsa, not doing any harm. Other things I wish I was better at, as I'm not a vegetarian, and I don't know if I will be, but I do understand the idea of not eating sentient beings. That runs into a problem since I think plants are sentient beings too, so I get caught in a trap. What am I going to eat? I don't think breatharian works. Maybe. If it does, great, but I don't think it does, so it's just a matter of weighing it out. But I do know I don't need to eat a 40-ounce steak tonight if I'm going to eat meat. I can eat a reasonable amount and not take selfishly of the resources around me and cause more to die for my appetite. Ahimsa. And nonviolent resistance. Making those changes in how I am as a consumer and how I am on social media and how I am at work and in the world, to better reflect that and to not be afraid to say what I think and what I believe. It's easy for me to do nothing, but it's hard for me to do something skillfully. My brain wants to make a joke. Well, then do nothing skillfully. And sometimes that's the best way to go. Sometimes the best way is not to do anything. But usually I think I need space. When I think of right speech, one thing I struggle with is I'll get in conversations, and I did it at lunch today. Everyone was having lunch, and I chose not to speak, but my head was wanting to constantly intercede my idea or what I wanted to talk about. I chose not to do that. I said a few little things, but mainly I listened to people at the table. And I don't know if I'm going to be that way all the time, but today that felt skillful, not to feel the need to just say something that I can't even remember what I wanted to say now. So that's how important it was in the daily scheme of things. And to be able to listen and enjoy the company around me without having to try to dominate the conversation, which myself as a male, I have a tendency to want to do that, all the way down to interrupting people when they're saying something. So I try to really back off from that behavior and apologize when I do it and do the best I can not to repeat it. And that's what I did today. I was the only male there, and it felt good just to sit back and enjoy the meal and not try to dominate or intercede every thought I have in the conversation. And the conversation went quite well without me needing to do that. It went perfect. And again, that comes down to right action. I did something without harming people by doing that, and got to be part of a community by doing that too. So today, for a chant, I would like to chant for a little while. A chant made by a person in our Sangha here. And it's called One Day at a Time. Go slowly, breathe, and smile. And I haven't said it for a while, but I want to do it tonight, because when I think of right action, I think that's how I want to be, is to go slowly, breathe, and smile. And do only what needs to be done, and not less than that, and not more than that. And that's where I'm at today. 6/23/2025. Yeah. Okay. We'll follow this up with a few minutes of silent meditation. And you can follow along anytime you like. One day at a time, go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. One day at a time. Go slowly, breathe and smile. Words of Thich Nhat Hanh. Let's take a few minutes just to enjoy the moment and our breath. Namaste.
Wise minds. Alrighty, back to you, John, for dedication.
May all beings be happy and peaceful. May all beings be healthy and strong. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings live with ease. Namaste.
Namaste.